all you water friends. I hope you're doing fantastic. It is time for your next group reading. So if you're Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, these are your messages. Now, if you haven't joined me for a reading before, no worries. Please understand not all messages are going to resonate, and that is totally fine. If you need a private session, give me a shout at my website, kellyfergusonreadings.com. And if you like these messages, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to do readings for all of you. So, my beautiful water signs, I had a beautiful opportunity to get out of the city, and oh yes, I took advantage of that. And considering last week's messages were all about spirit animals, and I got to spend so much time outside lately, which was so amazing, I think we need to continue with the spirit animal type theme here and see what kind of messages are showing up for you water signs. All right, two actually. And how fitting that the water signs both pulled two very, very distinct water animals, okay? So we have the whale, which speaks about your soul's path, right? Honor your life's purpose. And then I also have the salmon, which is about determination. And it says you'll know where you are going and you will get there, okay? So two very strong messages of keeping the faith, of continuing to move forward in your journey and to stay true to you, water signs. This is wonderful. So it's also telling me that some of you might feel a little bit confused right now in terms of your life path and your direction. There might have been some big swings lately of things that have kind of put you in different directions lately, and it's making you feel a little bit off balance. That's okay, water signs. It's totally okay. All right? We're not always meant to see the path ahead of us, and we're not always meant to know exactly what we're doing at all moments. Look at that. The elder just jumped out for you, okay? Move beyond ancestral patterns. So there is a strong message here coming forward for you water signs about family healing, ancestral healing. So looking at the patterns based on what you have either learned through your family upbringing or the direct messages that you received from your parents. So whether you had a relationship with your parents and your family that was loving and supportive, or maybe you had a relationship with your family that was distant and you didn't get the support that you want, this is really asking you to look inwards and ask the question, what did I learn? Do I have feelings of safety and security? Do I have feelings of abandonment and loneliness? So there's lots of things that you need to look at independently, water signs, in terms of what this means for you. And even when I look at this, moving beyond ancestral patterns, there is so much wisdom, because not only does this say to me, look at where you came from, but it also says, with the things that you came from, are there some things that aren't working for you that you can leave in your past? Just because we have connection to ancestry doesn't mean that all of the things that we learn need to be brought with us. And that's where wisdom comes in, knowing the difference about what to continue and what to not continue, right? Okay, so let's just see what this next week is going to look like for you guys, because definitely there's some healing messages that are coming up for you water signs, okay? Definitely some family type related stuff. And again, coming back to safety and security and feeling strong with oneself, okay? What else for our water signs? I feel like I need to say that family doesn't define you. Family doesn't define you, water signs. You know? I mean, and there's so many people who are like the black sheep of their family. I could say that I'm like the black sheep of my family in some ways, because I'm really one of the only spiritual people who are who openly talk about this kind of stuff in your life. Now, does that mean that I disassociate with my family? No, I don't disassociate. But at the same time, there's things that I will and won't talk about, right? Might be the same kind of thing. Now, that's just an example, water signs. This could very well mean that you don't talk to certain people who don't support you, or it could also mean that you accept the fact that you are not going to get acceptance from certain people in your family, okay? Based on your decisions, whatever those decisions are, relationship decisions, career decisions, you know, eating decisions, health decisions, it's all good. So what's the main issue going on with our water signs here? How can we best get some help from Gaia? Full moon and completion. So whatever it is that you're looking at here, water signs, there is a cycle that has closed. And so if we're looking at this as being the main issue, then this is telling me that perhaps you're not moving away from this cycle that has, you know, either created some change for you, or that even though this is complete, you're not really moving forward fully, okay? And I can understand this because this is giving me the feeling already with salmon saying that you are getting there, okay? That there is strength, there is movement moving forward here, okay? Don't give up. Volcano and volatility is what's in the way. So are you hurt, water signs? Is there something that's happened lately that's really making you look inside and really making you go, oh my goodness, okay? Okay, tell me more. What is this for our water signs specifically? I definitely am picking up on some emotional hurt for some of you water signs here, okay? And I hear the words, is it you or is it me? And with this card always speaks to repeated cycles. Again, full moon and completion. Cycles, okay? Definitely the moon has cycles. There's something here that has either just sparked up in you, water signs, and it's either hit a familiar scar that is, you know, causing you to trigger and to feel insecure. And I feel like you felt that you were over this, whatever it is, okay, water signs, but I feel like you're kind of surprised that you're moving into a similar cycle, or that you're going down a repeated path and you thought that you weren't going to go down this path again, but yet you find yourself in familiar territory again. Okay, so what do we need to do then? What do we need to do? What do our water signs need to do? Iceberg and submerged. It's time. It's time to dig up all of those hurts that you haven't looked at, water signs, okay, the stuff that's clearly holding you back. There's definitely a cycle. As we know with icebergs, there's always more underneath the surface than we see up at the top, okay? And when this is talking about ice, we're talking about water, emotion, okay? There is some deep emotional triggers or deep emotional wounds that you have not looked at, water signs. It's time to bring it out. It's time to examine it and look at it and purge it, okay? Move beyond ancestral power, beyond ancestral patterns, okay? What else? What are we looking at in the past here? Ebb and flow. So to be specific, there is instability in your past when it comes to either family or relationships or career, whatever that might be for you. This definitely feels more family and relationship for you guys, water signs. But when I ask specifically about the past, there hasn't been stability. You've never felt like you've had real security. There's always either been a fire to fight, or there's been, you know, some stability is here and then, you know, a year later it's gone again. So you've never really felt like you have strong stability to begin with. Cave and sanctuary. So your mind right now, it's like you're running and you're kind of like, no, just go back to me, let's just go into my safe place, okay? I understand why you want to do this, but ask yourself the question, water signs, are you going back into another pattern by doing this, by retreating, okay? Is this part of your pattern? I'm not saying it is, but for some of you, it is, okay? Not everybody, but for some of you, retreating inwards is the pattern, okay? Future, new moon and promise. It's time to make some changes and make some promises to yourself, water signs. See this yellow here? Yellow is connection to the solar plexus chakra, which is all about your relationship to yourself, your self-esteem, what you bring to the table. Water signs, you have to be strong inside first, okay? You have to be the strong, glowing being here and calm and strong here before you can move forward and have everything work the way that you want to. How's this going to work out for us? Lovely. Spring equinox and rebirth. You're doing it, water signs. You're absolutely doing it, okay? But I really feel that with you guys right now, there's one or two little things that you're holding on to here that you didn't think was going to be an issue again, but yet it is. So you are really being given a beautiful opportunity to grow, to recreate yourself, to transform, right? Spring equinox. I'm sorry, that wasn't a really good picture. With spring equinox and rebirth, you are really giving yourself the opportunity now to make beautiful changes in your life. So water signs, do it, okay? You definitely want to move away from a place like this and be here. Look at the difference, okay? Huge difference. Any other messages for our water signs here in their best good? They're bringing me back to the salmon again, and they gave me perspective. They kind of showed me like the stream or the river that a salmon would swim in. Let's just say the river's from here to here and you're swimming up this direction. I feel like you're about 40% of the way through. So you're a good chunk of the way through, water signs, okay? And I think a lot of the message here for you as well is to keep going, because you don't want to get part way through this journey and then give up and slide back, okay? There's been a lot of healing here, but you're, like I said, you're being given the opportunity again to revisit it. So water signs, happy healing, my friends. Come out of this cycle, shedding some old weight so that you can move on with beautiful creation. Water signs, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. And if it was, please don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to do weekly readings for all of you. See you next time.